Hi, welcome back to the channel. I'm Alex. This is episode 2 of the Ford Kuga salvage rebuild. Today we've got the car in the workshop finally, and we're going to have a look around. Now, when I pulled it in, I did notice that there was some scraping sounds on the bottom. I had a quick look. It looks like the heat shields have come off the bottom. I guess that's probably been done when they loaded it onto the trailer to bring it here with the loader. So we'll go underneath, just check everything else, and then I think we're probably going to make on the wing. Because that's the main bit that needs sorting out. Let's get underneath and see what's what. Okay, so just looking underneath. Engine tray looks okay. These plates here, I was wondering if this might be bent, but it looks perfect. The wheel seems okay anyway, but actually, no, it looks like we've got a bend here. Yeah, so you can see here there's a bit of a bend compared to this side, so something will need to be done there, unfortunately. Hopefully that's not going to be a complete subframe until I get this off. I don't know, but it looks like it might be. But we'll have a look. So yeah, we've got some bent heat shields here and here, and then this one here is off completely. I have got some of the washers, clips, star washers, whatever you call them, to these things here, to put that back on. So we'll make a start on getting that back on, I think, so it's out of the way. Let's hope these are the right ones. So we've got these. Hopefully they're right. Now, unfortunately, it looks like they've bent all of the other threads, which is just going to stop me getting those on. And I have a feeling they're going to snap when I pull them straight again, which will be a pain because they're part of the tanks. The fuel tank strap. But we'll try. We'll have a go. Okay, so you can see I've taken the shield back down. You can see here where they've bent them over. So I have a feeling that it's not going to be much good when I come to straighten them, but we'll have a go. We'll try one. Thanks, copart. That one's missing completely. Okay, so that one has actually straightened out. So 2 out of 4. We'll have to take this tank strap off and weld some new ones in, because obviously being a plastic petrol tank, I don't really want to weld on that. So that's what we'll do for now. I'll probably just put these 4 on just to keep it up out the way, although we're not going to drive it anywhere for a bit. So in fact, I may as well leave it as it is. So we'll move on to the wing. That one was a bit of a failure really, but never mind. We'll move on. Okay, so we've got to take these, drill these 2 out, get this bracket off out of the way, and there is some repair work to do on this part of the plate, but easy repair. But yeah, we'll get to drilling those out first. Now you can go online. But I'm going to start by trying to drill it out, see how we get on. Okay, so if I zoom in, you can see that's now out. Just needs to be straightened up a little bit, and then this weld here, or this crack here, needs to be. I need to get it back straight because it's actually overlapping at the moment. Yeah, get it back in straight, weld it, and then we can look at the bracket. The next thing is the plate further down to straighten as well. Okay, so you can see I was just trying to get that crack back in line. That's now in line. So I can put this back to where it needs to go. Okay, so I think the next thing I need to do really is tack this in so that when I'm straightening this, it doesn't keep trying to pull that out. So we'll prep that and weld it. Okay, so we're pretty much ready. And as you probably are aware, whenever you're welding, just make sure you disconnect the battery. Now the terminals or cables are very tight on this, so I put some cardboard underneath them just in case they move and start touching. I will put some cardboard over there just to protect the area. I know it's flammable, but it's not going to go up very quickly, so if I see any smouldering bits of cardboard, I can soon remove it. Unfortunately, I don't have anything else, so. Okay, so we're all prepped for welding. I'm using this Weld XT-171. It's been a good welder. It's not the most powerful, but it's ideal for this sort of job. Now I've just done a few practice welds on the old bit of steel, make sure we're set up. Ground out that. So now we're good to go. Okay, so that's that. It's not the tiniest of welds I know, but okay, so we're getting somewhere near now. Still got a bit here just to sort out, and then I'm going to fill this bit of a dent here just so it's nice and flush. Okay, so you can see here I welded the spot weld and it popped because it didn't penetrate properly. It made me jump a little bit, as you can see. So then I ground it back out and drilled it out to re-weld it properly. So I've trial fitted this bracket in position, and it's made me realise how badly damaged this bracket here was. I didn't realise at first, but this bit here is supposed to be right out here, so I think that is going to have to be replaced, just to make sure that it's right. So we're back a few days later now. I've managed to get the bracket that was badly bent, so we can now try and grind the old one off and weld on. So that's the bent one, and we've managed to get the replacement. Now unfortunately it doesn't come with this bracket, so when I asked at Ford, they said you have to replace this whole thing here, all of this bracket all around here, to get that part, which I definitely don't want to do. So we will look to try and make one of those, draw and cut one out. Just pausing there, a few people have been saying that I haven't been mentioning prices. The aim is to kind of put all the prices together at the end, but the complete assembly that Ford told me I'd need for that bracket was £1,500, so I wasn't going to pay that. The bracket that I bought, and there was another little bracket as well, that only came to £39 from Ford, which I always thought was pretty reasonable, to be fair. But we'll have a go at grinding all these welds off and get this old plate off, and then we can marry up the new one. It looks like we've got, no, we haven't got welds there. Okay, that's just a fold. So we've got these on the top and then this one on the side, so shouldn't be too difficult. Okay, so that was easy enough. We will get the bracket now just to see roughly where we need to be, I think. So that all looks pretty good. We just need to drill the old holes out of this, because when this has been removed, they've just cut it off, so we've got to drill these spot welds out. We'll probably fill these holes in because we don't really want to be trying to weld onto a hole. So we'll fill those in with weld, grind them down, and then we'll be somewhere near. Okay, so we've got the bracket welded on. Just need to clean up some of this on the bracket here. And then we can trial fit the, I might just fill in the rest of this. It wasn't on the original bracket, but I think I might just fill that in. It might look a bit better. Yeah, I think that looks a bit better with that filled in properly. So we'll just clean that up a little bit now. Get a bit of paint on it as well. It's zinc primer that I'm using, so it does allow me to weld on it. It's just for anti-corrosion for underneath where you can't get to with the paint. So they tell me. That's tidied up now. Okay, so that's the brand new bracket on. Hopefully that looks fairly stock. I think probably that's the only one that doesn't look the best. But the rest is looking pretty good, I think. So now we need to trial fit the main bracket. Okay, so I've primed the inside of this just because we're not going to be able to get to that. I think now I need to get the wing and see what that looks like. This is a new wing. Went for a brand new one rather than a used one. Hopefully the fitment will be spot on. I realised at this point I was going to need to take the bonnet off to be able to get the wing on, because there's a part of the wing that overhangs the hinge of the bonnet and I just couldn't get it over, so decided to remove it. Now hopefully I can tack that in place with the wing mounted, but do I really need to? Do I really need to? I don't think I do. Okay, so it's a bit of a trial fitment. Everything lines up, got those bolts in. I haven't checked those, but yeah, they line up. So I think we're good to go ahead and weld that bracket on. Obviously I can adjust all this gap, panel gap, when put it on, but it's not too bad. There is a bit of a larger gap here, but that's because obviously we have got that little bit of a fold there, which I guess the wing must have pushed that in. So in theory, when that comes out, that should sort that gap out. But other than that, it's looking good. So we'll get the wing back off and we can weld that bracket on. No returns if removed. Looks like that's not going back then. Okay, so that's primed and ready to go. Just here I did off camera add a little bit of weld because I did notice there's a small crack. Now it's not the greatest weld. I rushed it a little bit, but yeah, it's all good. Once that's dried, we can put a bit of, I've got a rattle can of this, I can't remember the colour, magnetic grey. So I've got a rattle can of that just for doing the inside of these panels where you're never really going to see it. The finish isn't the greatest on them anyway. Okay, so unfortunately the battery on my gimbal ran out, so I didn't film me painting it, but I will put another coat on. Well, I think it's looking pretty good. So yeah, we'll add another coat and then we can leave that to dry before moving on. Okay, so I'm going to leave it there, I think, for this episode. We'll let that paint dry and then we can look at properly fitting up the wing. The washer bottle's got to go inside the wing. I've got a washer bottle, but I haven't tried that. I don't really know how it fits up, so we'll give that a go. Once the wing's on, obviously we've got the arch liner, and then we can look at the front bumper. So hopefully you'll join me in the next episode, episode 3, and hopefully you will like and subscribe so you can see more. Thank you very much. We'll see you next time.